coming up pretty short on news today. Have you got any news, Scott?
We've got a tiny news section, haven't we? Tiny news. Yeah.
Tiny
news that I will do in a tiny way. The ruins of Simba Room. Kickstarter has gone live. Yeah, Ross mentioned this on Dangerous Wednesdays a while back. It has gone live. Has attracted attention. And
if anyone's like some of their browser windows have been slightly off kilter, that's because all the money on the internet is going into one big hole on Kickstarter, I believe.
Weighing my LCD screen down.
The cosmic perspective is shifted with all of the consideration of wealth. Good. So the ruins of, what was it?
The Ruins of Simba Room. It's a revisit of an old school fantasy system. Let me just very quickly read. Thus spoke Aroaleta. Thus spoke Aroaleta. And the day dawned when the spawn of the serpent tucked to worms, when the crimes of the countless days must be counted and atoned for, horn by horn, fang by fang. And the sinners wept with blinded eyes, they moaned with severed throats, they fled on fractured limbs, and Simba Room fell into dreamless sleep. It's PG-15. Good. I was going to say it sounds a bit like somewhere that you go to in, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks or something like that. The ruins of Simba Room. However, it most definitely doesn't belong in Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. That sounds pretty grim. No, yeah, you're right. My next tiny piece of news is
That was that.
I've got two more tiny bits.
All
James,
right, give us your tiny bits, Scott.
Thanks.
Tiny bits on the table. Let everyone see your tiny bits.
Come on, show the class.
Come on,
show the class your tiny bits.
It's the segment. You've already disappointed us on the leggings.
Yes.
Well, buckle up, because this time I'm going to hit you with dragons. That's right. The D&D 5th edition next Unearthed Arcana is just dragons. You can be dragons. You can be draconic races, and and you can be metallic dragons, chromatic dragons. There's things down here. I'm not going to go into it too much. I'm just seeing things like gem dragon, which actually, fair play for going that far with something that I'd wanted. We're breaking off from chromatic and metallic. Gem dragons.
Grant has a question.
Thank you. Do you play dragons or people who look like dragons?
Well, people who look like dragons, because you're usually going to be playing humanoids.
We actually
I haven't read it in depth.
No, I thought finally my dreams were answered, and the classic 1980s animated film Flight of Dragons was going to become a role-playing reality, and I could be a weird sort of fat dragon.
Flight of Dragons.
Finally, I could live out my dream of being Sean Connery in Dragonheart.
Sean Connery in Dragonheart when he was being a Russian in Dragonheart.
It's just the Sean Connery accent I have. The only one I had at the shop. And he's dead now. You can't check.
He's dead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's true. And so are all the dragons. Coincidence?
Their hearts were linked. Like it. Spoilers.
Oh. James hasn't seen it. James, I bet you haven't seen it, have you?
What? Dragonheart?
Dragonheart.
You're not missing much.
No, do you know what? I think I did a long time ago, and my brain has scrubbed all but one single freeze frame of his dragon face, and that was about it.
Is that the one where he says, "You're the man now, dog"? Is that the?
Oh God! Okay. I don't know. My brain's rebelling at this memory. It's like no. Okay. So that's good, Scott. Dragons?
Yeah, dragons. I'm just reading through more. There's things like Fizzband's Platinum Shield you can get. You can be bestowed with the power of gem dragons. They've gone full on dragons there. That's the Unearthed Arcana. That's the UA. You want to check that out. And finally, another D&D related thing, but only vaguely D&D related.
Thank God D&D's finally getting some coverage.
Only vaguely. It's the computer game called Dark Alliance. If you've heard of it, it's just hilarious. It's hilarious because the tagline for this game, which is an action romp brawler, is your party, their funeral. Yeah, get some of that. I don't know if I love the promo for this game or if I hate it, but it's certainly there. It certainly exists, and we've got you can play as Drizzt and the companions. It's very actiony, blasty. Like these guys are level 12 minimum. Like Wolfgar, etc. This you might have seen trailers for it on YouTube and what have you. They are ballsy. They've got beholders with extra mouths and that kind of thing. It's out in June the 22nd.
And that's question from Grant again.
Where do the extra mouths go? A beholder is mostly mouth. Oh, on the side, like side modes, like sideburns.
Are they on?
Okay.
Are they on little extendable like tentacles?
Oh, like
his
the
eye?
vampires from Blade 2.
Yeah, flappy.
Right, yeah, little predator guys. Right, okay, cool. Mandibles, I get it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of with Grant on this one though. They are mostly mouth. Is that not just a bit try hard? I mean, come on.
Oh, it's incredibly try hard. I mean, that's the game. That's the
fair.
game. It's a try hard game. Actually, I think they might be called Haggadorns. Anyway, I'm looking too much at it. Anyway, that was tiny news.
That was tiny news. And I must say that there are a lot of love in the chat going on for Grant. Your Sean Connery impression, spot on, says Steph. And great Sean Connery impression from Candice. So, yes, absolutely. Good. Well, that's some little tidbits of news there. Little dragons coming your way pretty soon.
And Bubba's cozy cabin, we're going to turn it into sort of like a little party. You know, everyone's invited, everyone comes round, dances a little bit. We're all going to bang
invited.
on
I think everyone is invited, bar what's his face,
bar that man. Yeah.
I mean, you've got to say his name properly, otherwise he's coming in.
Well, I'll be the like if he knocks on the door, I'll open it.
Bolton's the bouncer.
I mean, we can play this out.
This is a good week into the trip, and you throw a party in the tiny hut.
Everyone's
Music
yeah,
blaring.
come in. That's it. In you come. That's it.
Yeah, go over there. I've put there's a bed if you want to sit down.
We
But we're
just
going to
segue
dance.
into come dice with me.
Yeah.
A knoll with a moustache arrives at the door, Fulton. Make a perception check.
That's a natural one.
You have never
Don't worry, I'll be the bouncer.
you've never seen this knoll before in your life.